Summary of Be the Love, 7 Ways to Unlock Your Heart and Manifest Happiness by Sarah Prout. Enjoyed the video. Please subscribing to my channel for more great content like this. You'll be notified when I upload new videos. Be the Love by Sarah Prout offers a transformative journey towards self-discovery and happiness. This empowering guide presents 7 practical strategies to unlock your heart's potential and manifest joy in your life. Prout's wisdom resonates with readers seeking personal growth and emotional fulfillment. Dive into this life-changing book and discover how to become the architect of your own happiness. Introduction. Be the Love offers valuable insights on how to overcome the hardships of everyday life. It provides helpful tools and a mindset to thrive and become more resilient in the face of daily challenges. Be the Love. What does that mean? Well, Sarah Prout is a proponent of manifesting joy and prosperity. The name of her podcast is Manifest, after all. She's also a big believer in the law of attraction. All of these things go hand in hand. The law of attraction says that what you put out into the universe determines what you get back. It makes sense, then, that you should be the love you want to receive. Maybe this sounds too simple, or maybe it sounds too esoteric. Either way, don't worry. In this summary to Prout's Be the Love, we break it down further and offer some straightforward, actionable steps you can take to start manifesting happiness today. You are worthy. The full title of Prout's book is Be the Love, 7 Ways to Unlock Your Heart and Manifest Happiness. And we're going to look at each of the 7 ways you can create more happiness in your life. As with many things in life, it all starts with you. Whatever you want to manifest begins with the kind of energy you emit and the feelings you have about yourself and your own potential. So the first step is to believe in yourself, to believe that you are worthy of the positive change you want to create. Affirmations can be deeply effective in changing your mindset and manifesting new realities. An affirmation is simply a phrase, like I am worthy, that you repeat to yourself on a regular basis. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and repeat, I am worthy. I am worthy. It may feel silly at first, but this kind of repetition can have a profoundly positive effect. And when you say it like you really mean it, it's deeply empowering. I am worthy. Whether we're conscious of it or not, many of us are stuck with deep-seated feelings of self-doubt, shame, or self-loathing. Prout spent years in an abusive relationship with her first husband. Even though she always knew she wanted to be a creative entrepreneur, years of feeling undervalued had caused her to be hobbled by self-doubt. When she found the strength to leave her husband, things didn't just turn around. She was now a single mom, relying on welfare and making dinners of pasta and ketchup to get by. She had to convince herself. She had to keep telling herself, I am worthy. She had to believe in her own magic. She had to trust that she could transform her reality into something completely different than what it was at the time. That's why believing in yourself is the first step. This is where the transformation begins. While you may find yourself feeling less than worthy now, you need to start the process of reclaiming control over your own emotions and your future. No one but you can dictate how you react to your circumstances. So instead of unconsciously reacting, pause. Take perspective. Think it over. Recognize your worth. Recognize your power, and respond with compassionate kindness. Be the love you want to receive from the universe. We all have the magical ability to transform our lives. But it still takes persistence and hard work. It requires looking inward and resolving issues that may have us stuck in feelings of low self-worth. This is why Prout often recommends a combination of therapy and journaling as a way to reclaim your magic. Next, we'll take a look at another kind of magic we all have, intuition. You are intuitive. Was there a moment in your life when everything seemed clear? Maybe you were a teenager, and one day it just clicked, you suddenly knew exactly what you wanted to do with your life. Or it wasn't specific, but you knew you definitely wanted to do something with animals, or pursue something creative or be some kind of journalist. We all have the capability to be intuitive, especially when it comes to our own lives. We know what's right or wrong for us, even if we can't always explain the reasons why. If we're being truthful with ourselves, we also know when we're on the right path and when we've gotten totally off track. So it's important to keep a clear and open channel of communication with our intuition at all times. These days, that isn't always so easy. There are a lot of other channels out there competing for your attention. On social media and elsewhere, there are images and news feeds tempting you to compare yourself and your life to someone else's. Instead of listening to your intuition, you might look at someone's profile and think, that's the life I want. So it's important to limit your daily exposure to social media. In order to stay connected to your intuition, you need to avoid getting stuck in information bubbles that will distort reality and reinforce biased opinions. Rather than looking at screens all day, try to carve out some time to spend in nature. When you regularly reacquaint yourself with the wonders of the natural world, you'll never be bored. But, more importantly, it can be a reminder of your own wondrous nature, of how we're all a vital part of the natural world. Staying connected to your intuition is basically the same as staying connected to the messages you receive from the universe. Another way of keeping that connection strong is to write down those messages in your journal. When you hear what your intuition has to say, be it a hunch or a gut instinct, make a note of it. Go back to it from time to time. Keep that focus and intention alive so you don't get sidetracked by all the other distractions out there. You are ready. There's a good reason so many of us get stuck in a rut. Change is scary, we're better at adapting. When something bad happens, we can easily convince ourselves it's the new normal. We get used to it, even if our intuition is screaming that this is not how it should be. We latch onto false narratives that neatly explain how we deserve to be stuck. Even the idea of change can be scary. Change implies the unknown. It raises so many questions. But it's in those questions, in that area outside of your comfort zone, that the magic and transformation happen. And that's why going outside your comfort zone is the third way of manifesting happiness. It can sound trite to say, no pain, no gain, but there's some truth to this cliché. You have to be willing to take chances, get uncomfortable, and step into the unknown if you want to manifest a new and happier life for yourself. There have been many times in Prout's life where she felt paralyzed by the fear of taking a leap into the unknown, for instance, when she left her first husband or when she stepped onto a stage for the first time to deliver a speech and launch her new career. There were tears, there were mistakes, and there were flat-out failures. That first speech? It was an unmitigated disaster. But she learned to embrace those failures. As it turns out, the universe rewards those who have the perseverance to get back on their feet, learn from their mistakes, and try again, and again and again. When you're faced with a scary decision, ask yourself this one simple question: what's the worst thing that could realistically happen if I did this? We tend to build up huge, apocalyptic worst-case scenarios to avoid uncomfortable situations. But the more we take those chances, the more we start to understand that even the worst outcomes aren't apocalyptic. In fact, as Prout puts it, a misstep is often a bridge to improvement. All it takes to realize this is experience. In turn, new experiences provide chances to learn, and learning new skills is how you create new and bigger comfort zones. So take a deep breath and tell yourself, I am ready. And then keep telling yourself this. If you want to experience amazing growth as a human being, you're going to need to take some big leaps of faith. You are whole. We've arrived at the fourth way to manifest happiness. And like the previous ones, this is a call for empowerment. This time the message is, you are not broken. Thinking you're broken is another roadblock on the path to transformation. Maybe there's a false narrative you've been told or have made for yourself to justify your current situation. Maybe you've experienced horrific trauma in your past, or gone through a difficult ordeal. These experiences can leave deep wounds. But never forget, you are not broken. You are whole. You can still manifest the happiness you deserve. If you've ever been stuck in a depressive rut, you know that it can feel like you're in a fog that will never lift. You may have even felt like giving up. But life is never one thing, in a way, it's seasonal. Sometimes life gives you torrents of rain that can feel punishing in the moment. Other times it gives you energizing sunshine. That is the wholeness of life. It's never one thing all the time for anyone. To move forward, embrace the wholeness. Don't expect it to be either winter or summer all the time. Embracing the wholeness means that it's okay to feel down, miserable, and defeated. Sometimes just acknowledging your pain, accepting it, and realizing that all things eventually pass is enough to start the healing process. The important thing is to avoid shaming yourself for feeling a certain way. You might hear people say that you should avoid negative feelings at all cost, and avoid being around people who have negative feelings. But the better approach is to not judge yourself or others in this way. Instead, be empathetic. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion, and send that same kindness and compassion to others. We're all experiencing the wholeness of life. That means the good and the bad, having days when we're up and days when we're down. So be whole. Be your authentic self. Otherwise you'll be suppressing emotions, which can lead to pent-up unprocessed feelings, and more problems. You have surrendered. Speaking of unprocessed emotions, the fifth way of manifesting happiness is all about letting go. We all have baggage of one size or another that we've been carrying around with us. But to move forward and create a new, happier future for yourself, you need to let go of it. This means making sure you fully processed your suppressed emotions from past events. Prout has experienced multiple miscarriages in her life, which were painful in more ways than one. So she's especially grateful for the kids that she does have. In 2020, her oldest son, Thomas, was finally old enough to be left on his own when Prout and her husband decided to move from Nevada to New York. He had a job, he was enrolled in school, and he wanted to stay close to his friends, so it seemed like a sensible idea. But a few months later, while spending the holidays in New York away from her oldest son, something wasn't right. Prout was experiencing debilitating chest pains that sent her to the hospital. The doctors ran all kinds of tests and performed X-rays. The final diagnosis? Stress. She was panicking about her oldest child leaving home. The doctor put her hand on Prout's shoulder and told her to cry, to let go, to let it all out. Prout is grateful for this experience. She now knows that her chest pain signifies that it's time to feel, heal, and reveal that there are unresolved emotions and experiences that she needs to deal with and let go of. It's her body and her intuition telling her to slow down and feel her feelings. Like change, letting go is scary. We prefer to have control, to micromanage our lives, our children, and sometimes even our partners. But this need for control is often at odds with reality itself. It's like trying to bend the universe to our will instead of letting the universe deliver the happiness that we're trying to manifest. Control often results in friction. If you can surrender and let go, you'll open the door for the universe to provide what you need for closure. You are intentional. It's time to pick up a thread that's been weaving through a lot of what we've explored so far: intention. Intention is integral to being the love you wish to receive. There's an intention to everything that deals with the law of attraction. If you're intent on transforming your life, of manifesting happiness, everything you put into the universe is in alignment with that intention. Let's specifically focus on the intention of words. One of Prout's favorite words is abracadabra. You've probably heard this word in the context of a magic trick, but it actually dates back to the times of ancient Aramaic languages. In Hebrew, the rough translation is, "I create as I speak." In the context of the law of attraction, this is a very harmonious idea. Your words have the power to create the kind of relationships and reality that reflect those words. Now let's look at another saying: "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me." It's a nice sentiment, but it isn't very true, is it? Words do hurt. You're stupid. You're fat. You're weak. These words carry a lot of hurtful power, especially when they're said between two people in a relationship. Words that generalize and imply absolutes aren't helpful either. You never listen. You're always against me. These leave no room for constructive conversation or understanding, and also end up hurting a relationship. On the other hand, how often do we use words to make those around us feel special? Probably not enough. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful you're in my life. We save these words for rare and special occasions. Why? And why are we so afraid of using two of the most powerful words in the English language? I'm sorry. Words are, of course, most powerful when they're said with honest, forthright intention. In fact, intentions are affirmations that are meant to manifest certain things in your life. But there is a skill to this. Simply put, some words work better than others. For instance, Prout has come across a lot of people who use the intention, "I am now debt-free." This isn't great because there aren't any positive words being used. The main word is a negative one, debt. If you're repeating this intention every day, you're essentially attracting more of what you don't want. So, the better intention would be, I am now living in abundance. That's a positive rephrasing of what you actually want, right? Abundance is the kind of powerful word you should be putting out into the universe with intention. You are love. There's a variety of different names out there for the thing that connects us all. It's personal, and it can change from culture to culture. There's God, the universe, the source. For Prout, it's love. The universe is the frequency of love, but it's love that makes up the energy that drives each and every living thing. There's no shortage of love. Sometimes we feel like we're lacking it, and our energy is depleted. But that doesn't mean it's not all around us, it's just a matter of tapping back into it. And this is always within your power. No one can stop you from taking a moment, grounding yourself in the present, and accepting the energetic flow of life and love that is always available to you. Meditation can help with this. So can sex. Both of these acts have the power to bring us into the present moment, to snap us out of lingering regrets about the past or unhelpful everyday distractions. Visualization is another powerful tool. You may have heard about top athletes using visualization techniques to succeed. Be it a skier, a swimmer, or a runner, they'll play out their event in their mind, second by second, and visualize themselves coming out on top. Prout has had multiple moments in her life where she's experienced the power of visualization. The first was at the age of 14, when she submitted some of her drawings to greeting card and wallpaper companies. For weeks, she didn't hear anything. But every night before bed she would visualize her drawings on wrapping paper and on department store shelves. And sure enough, the phone finally did ring. A representative from the greeting card company Hallmark called to set up a meeting, and Prout was given a few $1,000s to come up with a series of designs. It was her first taste of the power of visualization, and she hasn't looked back since. The wonderful thing about all of these techniques for manifesting is that you don't need anything but love and intention. These are the main tools. You are love. Words are your wand. You are capable of astounding feats of magic. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, and say one final affirmation, I am love. I am love. Summary. You've just finished the summary to Be the Love, by Sarah Prout. The most important thing to remember is this. We're all capable of transformative magic. No matter what your current situation is, you have the power to change your reality and create a better, happier world for yourself. This, in a nutshell, is manifesting. It's done with purposeful intention, through affirmations, journaling, and staying attuned to your intuition. By looking inward, recognizing the emotions that are tied to your past, and recognizing the feelings of low self-worth that may be holding you back, you can begin to put yourself on a transformative path toward happiness and prosperity. And here's some more actionable advice. Incorporate small, supportive acts of self-care into your daily routine. Prout offers a list of 111 things you can do to support your intention and help manifest your happiness. For example, you might want to make a personal commitment to continue learning by reading at least one new book a month. Or maybe you want to try keeping a dream journal, another way to stay attuned to your intuition and receive valuable messages. Taking up painting can also be transformative, even if you're not artistically inclined, it's a valuable way of expressing what you're feeling. Use bright colors, and pay attention to how it feels to see your emotions displayed on a canvas.